Greetings, car fanatics. So I recently purchased this 2008 Porsche Cayenne Turbo. I'm going to be talking about how much it has cost to keep this vehicle running up until this point. So the previous owner purchased this vehicle in 2011 as a certified pre-owned vehicle. It had only 20,000 miles on it at the time. Luckily for me, he kept really meticulous records on all of the maintenance and repair items done to the vehicle, so I can give you a detailed breakdown of everything that went into this car to keep it running to this point. So at 20,000 miles, the dealership changed the oil, the parking brake damper had to be replaced. These two items were covered under warranty. At the 25,000 mile mark, the water pump, the thermostat, the seals, the antifreeze all had to be replaced. This was covered under warranty. If you were to pay for this out of pocket at the dealership, it probably would be about a $1,500 job. At 30,000 miles, the owner had the oil and cabin air filter replaced for a total of $327. At 32,000 miles, the vehicle had to have the front DRL light replaced because of condensation. This was done under warranty. I still have condensation issues with that particular DRL, and it's actually a known issue with the driver's side for some reason. At 36,000 miles, the owner had an alignment performed on the vehicle for a total of $120. At the 40,000 mile mark, the owner had another oil change performed at the dealership for a total of $177. Additionally, at the 40,000 mark, the high pressure fuel pump had to be replaced, and this was done under warranty. At 41,000 miles, the door cable had to be replaced because the door wasn't staying open. This was done under warranty. At 44,000 miles, the owner had the front and rear brakes completely replaced, so the brake pads, the rotors, the fluids, the sensors, for a total of $1,800. Additionally, the owner had another alignment performed on the vehicle, and this time it cost $240. At 45,000 miles, the owner had the oil change replaced, but this time the turbo plumbing had to be replaced for some reason. This came out to a total of $640 for the two. At 47,600 miles, the owner had to have the front brake pads replaced again for some reason, probably because of squeaking. This came out to $190. So far, we've had a laundry list of items done to the vehicle, but there's more. At the 57,000 mile mark, the owner was having issues with the drivetrain, and the cardan shaft is a common issue with Porsche Cayennes, so the drive shaft will go out over time. So at 57,000 miles, the owner took it to an independent mechanic. They first tried to replace the drive shaft bearing, which came out to $600. That didn't fix the issue, so the independent mechanic ended up replacing the full cardan shaft, which was $1,200. But because the shop had previously charged for the drive shaft bearing, they actually subtracted that off the total bill. So it still came out to $1,200. That's a good repair shop for you. At 58,000 miles, the owner had another oil change replaced for $227. At 59,000 miles, the left horn went out. So it's odd for the horn to actually go on a vehicle, but this is a Porsche Cayenne Turbo for you. And that came out to $268. At 65,000 miles, the owner had to replace the water pump, thermostat, seals, and antifreeze again. So it went out 40,000 miles later, but this time the owner had to pay for the bill at an independent mechanic, and that came out to $800. At 68,500 miles, the owner had another oil change performed for $227. After this, there wasn't any more maintenance or repairs performed by the previous owner, and that's when I purchased the vehicle. At 70,000 miles, I replaced the tires with all-season Continental Extreme Contact DWS all-season tires. So they make one of the only all-season tires for a 21-inch wheel of this size, and that came out to $1,600 for the tires plus mounting and balancing. I also spent another $120 on an alignment. At the 70,500 mark, I performed a bunch of routine maintenance on the vehicle. So I replaced the engine air filters myself, and this came out to just $36 for parts. I also replaced the ignition coils and spark plugs, and I spent about $500 for parts on that. Additionally, I replaced the engine torque damper at the same time, and that was $65 using an OEM spec part. Additionally, I replaced the cabin air filter, and that was just $20. And finally, today I'll be replacing the brake fluid on the vehicle, which is just $20 for new brake fluid. I'm using the ATE Type 200.4 brake fluid, and this car uses about a liter of that. So there you have it, car fanatics. If you're going to purchase a Porsche Cayenne Turbo, I definitely recommend you set some money aside each year for maintenance. Over the course of this vehicle's life, the previous 5 years, the owner spent roughly $7,500 on maintenance and repairs, so you could budget about $2,000 per year just to keep your Porsche Cayenne maintained, and hopefully you don't have any bigger ticket repair items such as problems with the transmission or the engine. For that, I actually purchased an aftermarket warranty just to have me covered if there are any major repairs that need to come up, but I am budgeting about $2,000 per year for maintenance and repairs on the Cayenne. Thanks for watching, Car Fanatics. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Leave any questions or comments below.